Well, not received well by a number of pro-Palestinian demonstrators. Just now actually starting to move just a little bit towards my right, towards your left, moving down. This is just outside of the White House. Very difficult to see the White House from where we are because there's still part of the reviewing stand that's still left over from Inauguration Day. They're still taking that down. But this is very reminiscent of what we've seen in previous visits by Netanyahu here to White House. Although what is different this time is that this is Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister, meeting with Donald Trump in the White House. He is the first foreign leader to visit Donald Trump in his second administration. That is not by accident. That is on purpose. That is intended to send a message, not to demonstrators, just the demonstrators outside the White House, but also to countries around the world. This is a White House that is fully an ally, as the U.S. has been, but this White House is fully allied with Israel. Now, there are some issues that will have to be discussed. We've gotten to preview a little bit of those, but first they're going to try to move on to the ceasefire, to the second phase of that ceasefire, and then to try to lay groundwork for the third phase of that ceasefire with Hamas, which will be reconstruction. And that is where we start to get into some issues. Now, Trump and Netanyahu also are going to have issues with how to end the war. It is Donald Trump's wish that this ceasefire turn into a permanent ceasefire and that the war comes to an end, because Donald Trump wants to move on to bigger Middle East issues. He fundamentally wants to reshape the Middle East. He also wants to get the Saudi normalization talks going. He wants that on the table, and he wants to be known for that. But Netanyahu clearly has designs to not end this war anytime soon. So that's going to be a point of contention that we're going to look forward to getting maybe a little more information on, maybe if either one of these two leaders want to discuss their differences on that publicly. And also looking and in terms of inflammatory comments, just to reporters in the White House, President Trump again reiterated kind of his thoughts on literally forcibly removing Palestinians from Gaza and not having them return, just putting them in other countries, saying that other countries, and he said specifically rich nations, that can build places for Palestinians because U.S. President Trump doesn't believe that they can return to Gaza. He called it uninhabitable. He said that Palestinians are living in hell and that they should be removed and put into other countries. But look, he has again suggested Egypt and Jordan, but that has been soundly rejected by everyone involved. Egypt and Jordan have rejected that from the outset, just from even the mere mention of that when he floated that just a few weeks ago. So that is likely to go nowhere. The only two people that seem to be supporting that idea are the two people in the White House, which is President Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu. So there's a lot to discuss, a lot on the table. They'll be discussing arms deals. You have new weapons deals that are going to be going forward between the U.S. and Israel. That is not going to sit well with demonstrators outside. There's more arriving as we speak to try and make their voices heard. We're shouting distance from the White House for sure. You got to have a pretty good voice to have them be able to hear you on the inside. But these demonstrators are certainly going to try and make their voices heard.